Awesome. Okay. So let's get started. All right, let's talk about a little bit of news that's happened recently. Where do you want to begin?
Um, let's see. One thing is, um, the new My Hero Academia movie is
Oh yeah,
coming
yeah.
out,
Oh yeah,
which
I'm
is coming
excited.
out next year. Which when I heard about it, I was pumped. I really wanted
Oh
to go
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, because we went to see the what was it called? Heroes Rising?
Hero Rising, and the second one was
Two Heroes?
yeah, Two Heroes,
Yeah, I really enjoyed those two My Hero Academia movies.
which we will talk about in a later date
Yeah.
in a later
Yeah,
episode.
we'll go into more detail after the third one comes out because I kind of want to talk about them as like a trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like. If you guys don't know, me and him had a talk when we first made our first episode of My Hero Academia. He wanted to talk about the movies, which I told him no. Hold up, I heard news that there will be a third movie. We can talk all about all the three My Hero movies together after we watched the third one.
Yeah.
So he agreed, like, okay, yeah, let's wait for the third one, and we will watch it and talk about it in a later episode.
Exactly. So I'm really hyped because I like the first two My Hero Academia movies. I like the action. They actually felt like really long episodes, which I kind of liked because there was like a lot of opportunity for just like character interactions and just like a lot more action that we usually get in a regular episode. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, for this third one, it's all about like for some reason Midoriya is not a criminal on this episode in this movie.
Oh no, it's
So,
yeah, from what I've heard, season 5 is going dark.
oh yeah, season 5 is dark now, and about this time, I think season 5 is almost complete. I think it's completely done. Well, I think after we had to edit this episode, so I think after we're finished editing and this is out now, I think
Yeah.
the season will be completely finished now.
Yeah, because right now, as we're recording, our second episode, Goodfellas, is out. So check that out if you haven't checked that out already. So it'll be a week after our second episode has been published. So if anything happens during that time, we will talk about it in the future.
Yep, yep. So don't get your
Don't
don't get,
Don't get your panties in a twist.
I was gonna say britches in your twist, but
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But yeah, and also, you anything else you want to talk about? Any movies out there?
The Mario movie.
Oh,
Uh,
oh
so
no.
so the news has been announced that Illumination, the studio that does the Minions movies and the Secret Life of Pet movies, they're going to be making a animated Mario movie. And you, my dear co-host, do you know who will be voicing the titular character of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Chris Pratt as Mario.
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord himself, as Mario.
Damn, son. And also, I really like who's playing Bowser.
Jack
Because-
Black.
Yep, because of all of the Bowsettes out there. He's a beautiful He's a beautiful bastard. I gotta say, his face with Bowsette's body, perfection.
You know, because my favorite Jack Black movie is Nacho Libre.
Oh
And-
my god, yes. No one ever talks about that. We should watch that for a future episode.
Well, okay, so I don't wanna bring people's expectations too high, but I have an idea for future episodes. I want to do a couple of episodes where we revisit some of the movies that we watched as kids.
Childhood? Oh.
Yeah. So
wow.
Nacho Libre is definitely a good one to do. I also want to rewatch the movie Good Burger with you. Have you ever seen Good Burger?
No, I have not.
Perfect. Since you've never seen it, that's definitely one on top of the list. But we'll get to that in a later episode, in a later date. But so the Mario movie is going to be released by Illumination, the studio that created the Minions, and Chris Pratt is going to play Mario. Jack Black is going to play Bowser. And do you know who Charlie Day is?
Nope.
Have you ever seen the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Okay. So the guy who plays like the janitor in that show, the janitor of the bar, he's going to be the voice of Luigi, which is, in my opinion, actually some pretty perfect casting because, you know, Luigi has kind of a high-pitched voice, and Charlie Day is known for having a pretty high pitched voice himself. So that's actually pretty good casting. But do you know who is? But also, what's weird about the movie is that not only is it going to feature Mario characters, where it's also reported that Seth Rogen is going to play Donkey Kong.
Is he gonna go, hey, 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 what's up?
Yeah, he's going to be like, look, I'm smoking weed.
My God, I don't want to talk about this no more because, my God, you kidding me?
I know, it's like, and like, but also it's been reported that Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario, is gonna
do a cameo.
Yeah, he's gonna have some cameos in the movie. And actually, if for those of you who don't know, Charles Martinet, he's the original voice of Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. He does the voice of all four, and he's a really good voice actor because he's done other voice acting in other video games and other TV shows, and he's a really talented guy. And
Too bad he wasn't in Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh yeah. No, but Nintendo's very protective of like their characters. You know why?
Why?
Well, this isn't the first Mario movie that's going to be released. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
There was an original Mario movie in 1993.
Oh, you mean the one that I saw the people live action?
Yeah,
all the Goombas look hella creepy and all that.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, there was a live-action Mario movie in 1993 that came out. They came out in 1993, and it was a big disaster. It was a bomb. It lost a lot of money at the box office, and it killed the careers of the two directors because after the movie was over, the two directors couldn't get another job directing anything, not even like a TV commercial or something. So after that, Nintendo has been very, very protective.
I will understand.
Of their characters.
Like, Jesus, I would have understand. Like, damn.
Yeah, because there's actually a couple of videos on the internet that explains like all the behind the scenes drama of the movie. Because like the movie, like the biggest problem with the movie is that the producers and the directors and the writers couldn't agree upon a script. Like they couldn't agree upon the story of the movie.
Really? Because, they couldn't agree on it?
Yeah, because
it's a freaking Mario movie.
I know, but here's the problem. So originally, the movie was supposed to be more fantasy-like the games. It was supposed to be more fantasy, and it was supposed to be more like the games. And but then later, they decided to go a more darker route. They wanted to make it look more like the 1989 Batman movie instead.
Why?
Because that's just what the producers wanted. Because they thought, okay, so Batman with Tim Burton directing and Jack Nicholson as the Joker was a big popular movie that made lots of money, so we're gonna copy that. And that's how movie producers and movie executives think. All right, we want to make a lot of money, so we gotta copy what is popular. So instead of making something new, because like the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 was the first video game movie ever. So instead of doing something new and groundbreaking, they decided, nah, let's just copy what came before and what was popular before. So they decided to go more that route of like making it more darker and more like, I guess, more like superhero comic book type movie. But then
it didn't really work.
It didn't work at all. And so and also like they couldn't, and also the producers couldn't find the right actor to play Mario. There was a couple of actors who auditioned or who were considered for Mario. Tom Hanks, the voice of Woody, and the actor who played Forrest Gump, he was considered to play Mario at one point.
Really?
And Danny DeVito was also considered to play Mario in the original Mario movie. And Danny DeVito would have been actually a very kind of like accurate like choice for Mario.
Because he's Italian?
Because he's Italian, and also Mario is kind of short, and short Italian guy.
Actually, it would have made sense if he was Mario, because he would have been like, oh yeah, that looks right.
And also Mario is kind of chubby, so and Danny DeVito is chubby as well, so it would have fit. So out of all the actors in Hollywood, Danny DeVito would have been probably like the best choice. But at the end of the day, it was the British actor Bob Hoskins, who is most famous for being in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I heard about
casted.
that movie.
Yeah, he was casted as Mario, and Luigi was played by comedian John Leguizamo. So a British guy and a Puerto Rican guy played two Italian plumber brothers.
Oh my! How well did it win? Did it win like terrible?
So the movie. So I've actually seen the movie. So the movie itself is not really all that good. The biggest problem of the movie is the editing and the story, because it really seems like the story there was barely any story in it. And none of the elements in the original game were like done well. So
No.
Toad was not portrayed well. The Goombas were not very well portrayed. It was just a big old mess. So hopefully this new Mario movie is not going to be as bad as
Hopefully.
as that old Mario movie, but
Hopefully, because heard of it and I went and searched like in the internet to see if I can find it, and I did find it in the piracy area. So don't bullshit on me. So I did find it and I did watch it, and the whole time I was cringing.
oh
The
yeah,
whole time.
it's
I was cringing. I never seen it before, so I was expecting like, oh, all these people saying that it was terrible and all that. It had to be a lie, but no, I was cringing the whole time. Hella
exactly.
cringing. I was super cringing. I was like, oh god, no. Oh god, the Goopas look hella weird. Oh god, Bowser. Oh god.
Yeah, Bowser's a human in the original.
I know. Like, oh god, no, I cannot see that. No. No. My childhood being ruined.
When the new Mario movie, like when the trailer gets released or something for the new one, we should do an episode on the old Mario movie.
Oh my god. Okay, we will, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. Watching
Oh
it
no,
a
me
second
neither.
time.
Me neither. But I think we should do it just for I don't know.
Just to do it, just to compare the two.
Yeah.
Which
Or-
one was better? Which one movie did the best on
Yeah,
what
or
and all
maybe-
that?
Or maybe when the actual movie comes out, we can do like a remake versus original episode.
Original versus remake.
Yeah.
All right.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right. So
Anyways, let's return back to our main topic: High School DXD.
all right, let's jump into it, boys and girls.
Oh, don't say it like that. That's just weird. All
Well,
right,
the
guys.
show is weird.
No, it's not. It's beautiful. It's
All right.
High
Okay.
School. Let me get into this. So, High School DxD is that one anime that made me into a weeblet. That really got me into anime. So, the High School DxD is like close to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Really close to my heart because it made me into a little weeblet, little boy.
Yeah.
But now I'm a veteran weeb.
Yeah.
I know tags. I know numbers, which I always make the reference. Mason, the numbers. What do they mean? Any Call of Duty players out there? They played the original Call of Duty 1 and 2. You know what I mean.
I call Call of Duty Call of Booty.
Goddamn. So High School DxD follows this main protagonist named Issei Shoto, or wait, no, Issei. I don't remember his last name, but
Issei. I forget his name too.
I only remember Issei because anything else except for his name, Issei,
Yeah.
that's it. And we just follow Issei and a group of his buddies, perverts, going to a school that used to be only an all girl class.
All girl. Yeah.
Yeah, all girls school just now became co-eded, and after they joined that school to get girlfriends. That's their whole main purpose, just to get girlfriends and get laid. That's all they wanted to do.
Yeah, and so we see Issei, we see his two pervert friends, and actually, in the first episode, I believe, a girl comes up to Issei and asks, does she ask him out on a date, or does he do?
So before we get to that point, we do get like an introduction to all the characters, like from the school, like the most prettiest guy, the most more leftist girls that good in sports and all that, and every guy that joined had expectations to impress all the girls that never seen guys in this school before, or just got in and all the girls just fawned over them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Issei wasn't that lucky. So yeah,
Yeah, no.
after the whole after his first day in this school, a girl did ask him out and say, "Hello, I have a crush on you. Can you please go out with me?" And Issei, as being a perverted boy he is, he said yes.
Yeah,
And
but
started bragging. He
Yeah.
started bragging. He started bragging to his buddies like, "Oh, Issei, you bastard! How dare you!"
yeah. Yeah, his two friends are kind of shitheads, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. Through that whole episode, it was like him getting used to the girlfriend, and then going out on dates, and then in the end, he goes to sleep. After that, he goes to sleep. I'm not gonna say what they did afterwards after the date, but I'm gonna just say they went to sleep. They went to
Right.
sleep. Next day, he wakes up back to his room, like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, it was amazing last night."
Oh,
And
but
he
little
goes,
but little does he know what actually did happen.
Yep. So he goes back to school. He starts bragging to his friends that he had a girlfriend, and his friends like, "Girlfriend, dude, you never had a girlfriend." And Issei got a little confused what was going on. And then afterwards, he tries to search photos of her and him. He couldn't find none. He couldn't even find her contacts, and he couldn't even find her at all. He went to the school she was at and couldn't even find her. And he was like confused what's going on, like the whole time. And he was like saying, "Wait, was that all a dream? Was that
It was all a dream.
it was all a dream?"
I used to work for a magazine.
So afterwards, he starts panicking because at night, his buddies told him to come and hang out in their place to cheer him up because they think he was going crazy. So he did, and then they were watching a porn video.
A hentai.
A hentai, which one of his friends says turn off the lights, which one of them did, but to Issei he said, "Hey, I thought you guys said you're gonna turn off the lights," in which he finds out that he can see in the dark.
Oh wow.
After that, he's saying that he will go, and he started panicking again, and a lot of shit happened as well. He went back to sleep.
All right.
A second time after he was panicking and doesn't know what was happening at all. And he woke up this time with a girl next to him.
Ah yes, Rias.
Ria's Grimmery, yes. Which we didn't even mention her on the first episode at
Yeah.
all, because we want you guys to go watch it yourselves, because we don't want to spoil that much, because
Yeah.
if I go and rant about this anime show, you guys wouldn't be able to watch it yourself. So I had to control myself.
Although we do have to talk about some details about the show.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention is so this show is basically about Issei joining Rias's club, because they have these little clubs in school, and I guess this is just something that happens a lot in Japan, where students join these social groups in school, because we see this a lot in other anime. Because I know my sister is really into what's it called, Orin High School Club, something like that, which is similar to High School DXD, but just with a lot less tits.
Okay.
So
if you want to put it
yeah.
that way.
So can you tell us how Rias and Issei basically got together, ended up in his bed?
All right. So before Issei and Rias even met each other, Issei saw a glimpse of her in the old school building, which is where their club is, the occult club.
Oh my God! There's always an old school building in these animes.
There's always is.
There's
in Japan. If you go to Japan, in some schools they still have their old buildings.
Yeah.
Off in the area.
Yeah, but it just feels like every anime that I watch that takes place in or around a school, there's always that trope of oh, there's the old building, we don't go in there, or oh, that's the old building, but something wacky and magical is happening there.
Oh my God, stop. So he sees a glimpse of Rias in the old school building, and then again he meets with Rias' assistant, which we don't know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was going on the date with her girlfriend and went to sleep afterwards,
Yeah.
the paper that she gave him summoned Rias, which we find out that Rias is a demon.
Not a demon.
And the first time she just heals him and just sent him off to bed without even telling him he was a demon. So the second time that he got confused what's going on with his friends when they were watching hentai, he was panicking again, and a person that thought that killed him, which was associated with the person that did kill him, said, you're alive. Seems like they didn't kill you properly. And then he went to sleep again. And then Rhea saved him again. And this time, the wound was too bad that she has to sleep with him.
Oh my God.
To heal him.
My God, yeah. So he gets wounded by this girl that he's...
Guy. Guy, second time.
Guy? It's the second time a guy?
Yeah, when he goes to sleep again, it was a guy.
Yeah, because he just gets attacked by these fallen angels. But what was the reason why they were attacking Issei?
Because they sent something inside of him that would have been dangerous and interrupt their thing. Even though Issei didn't know he had it in him.
What was it called? The special armor, the sacred armor. What was it called?
It was called the. I like calling it the boost gear.
Yeah,
that's what it is because I like going
boost. Yeah, every time he powers up, it's like boost. Exactly.
And it's called, the garnet is a multiplier. Yeah. So basically, every time he boosts up, his attack speed and everything doubles 2 times. So every time he multiplies it, he's basically gaining a multiplier of his abilities and speed.
Exactly, and it's actually a really cool design. If any of you guys are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, this gauntlet just covers like his whole hand, and it's red and it's really sharp, and it's essentially like a dragon's claw, but it also kind of looks like a mech, like a mech at the same time. So it's almost like this robot dragon arm, that's not what it is in the show, but I'm just sort of trying to explain what it looks like. So he gets like these cool powers, and so because he has these powers, what does that mean between him and Rias now?
Huh? I was looking at at my notes, and I was like, let's see, need to remember this shit, need to remember that shit, need to remember this shit.
Like now that it's revealed that he has this power inside him.
Okay, yeah.
What does that mean for him and Rias and her club?
So after when he was sleeping with Rias, he asked all these questions like, "What's going on? Why can I hear this and that? And how and why were you in my bed?" Which he thought he did the nasty and lost his V card. Yeah. But Rias told him, "Don't worry, we didn't do anything. I just simply slept with you to heal you," which saddens him. He's like, "Oh man, I was that close with a woman's naked body and I didn't do shit."
Because he's a pussy. He's a coward.
Well, he doesn't even get none at all, which pisses me off. He has so many opportunities, which I will mention them later on. If I say it now, I'm gonna get too brief. So afterwards, he told Issei to meet her at the old school at her club, and she will explain more. Which. A lot of shit happened when he got to school. Every girl thought, why is this pervert being with Rias, the most beautiful girl in the whole school?
Yeah, the whole school hates Issei and his friends.
Because they really established they're perverts.
Right.
It was the first day they got there. They already established they were perverts.
Well, at least Issei and his friends don't have it as bad as the characters in prison school, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my god, we can talk prison school later.
Well, that's going to be one of my recommendations.
Yeah, I already seen some of it, but I do... We can go into that. Like many innuendos in that anime. Many!
The few times that I'm going to recommend an anime, that's going to be one of my recommendations.
So yeah, afterwards he goes through the day. He tells his buddies what's happening, and
what's happening.
Yeah, and they all jealous, saying, "Man, how you punk ass got with this the prettiest girl in the school?" Which Issei said, it's complicated. I had to do a thing or whatever. I don't know what excuse he gave him. It's been a while since I've seen it.
You know what? Issei's two friends give me give me the kind of vibes that they're really like greasy and they probably don't shower. even though
Probably.
even though like we don't see, well, I mean we don't see like detail of like their skin or whatever. I get the feeling that they're probably like dirty and all they do is like when they get home from school, all they do is jack off all day. fucking bastards, losers.
My God. But they don't show that. They don't.
It feels like Issei and his friends are like the type of people who are like fans of the show, like in real life.
My God.
All right. Let's continue with the summary. So, what else happens in season 1?
In season 1, Issei starts trying to get comfortable with his new life as a demon.
Yeah.
Which after he goes to the occult club and meets every demon that was in the school, which we did in the first episode, did introduce them.
Yeah.
The pretty boy, the electric one, the Ara girl, the swoon,
The tsundere,
the tsundere, whatever you want to call it.
the mean little cat girl.
Yeah, that's the electric girl. She's the athlete that everyone likes for some reason, which I do too. You're not gonna lie, I saw a lot of.
Well, we're gonna meet my favorite character in a little bit, but go on.
So afterwards, Rias is giving him the rundown. Since he's now a demon, he cannot go to no church.
Oh yeah.
He cannot touch.
Not touch a Bible.
Yeah, he cannot touch Bible, Holy Father.
He can't pray or say the name of God.
Yeah, he can, or he gets a headache.
Not a headache.
So yeah, so he just gets the rundown. He says he has to be careful about angels and fallen angels, so he doesn't get killed again.
Yeah.
So afterwards, he gets his. He will send out his merry way and say that the next time they come, they're gonna give him assignments to level him up as a demon, because demons need to do contracts and do like
that was
part of his task and everything.
Yeah, because that's really interesting because that's kind of like the thing, like, you know, people in this universe, they conjure up like demons to like help them do like favors and stuff, and I actually thought that was pretty interesting. But I did feel kind of weird that they didn't that I think after season 1 we don't really see them do that much like helpful or like, you know, summoning stuff like that much after season 1.
Yeah. So afterwards, Rias finally calls in Issei when he was doing his trying to get contracts.
Yeah.
And to go fight stray demons, which happens kind of so often. So he goes to his first battle, which he didn't even fought in. He was just there just to watch and also protect Rias the best of his ability.
Yeah. Oh, because actually something that's interesting about like the way that this social club works is that everybody's role is like it's like they're like a piece on a chessboard.
Yeah.
So
Rias is the king. Akane is the queen.
Yeah.
Konoko is the rook.
Yeah.
Kaiba is the knight.
Knights.
And Issei is the soldiers.
Yeah,
all
he's
8 pieces.
He's the pawn.
Yeah, he's the pawn.
He's the most expendable out of all of them.
But because of a pawn, the pawn also can rank to any chess piece.
Exactly, because like in chess, the pawn has more flexible. Well, not flexibility. It can move in like any direction. Maybe it could only really move one piece at a time, one square at a time. But it has the freedom to move like in any direction. Unlike the king, unlike the knight and the rook, because they all have their own special rules. So yeah, so that's something to remember when you're watching the show, is that every person in the club has like their own special position in the club.
So yeah, after Issei gets the memo what's going on and what position he is in their ranks, he gets a little depressed and says, "Why not train? If I train, I can get stronger and be the most badass piece out there." So that's what he did. God. And then he met with a certain girl that my co-host here really, really liked for some fucking reason.
Not in that way, of course, not in that way, but he really liked her. So he meets this character named Asia Argento, who in the beginning of the series we see that she is a nun, and she really like hits it off with Issei, and they become like really good friends. And I just thought, oh wow, this is gonna cause like a lot of drama. A demon and a nun being best friends. How's that gonna work? And it at the end of the series, things didn't go exactly as I expected it, but out of all the characters, I would say Azia is my favorite. Oh, and one last thing about Azia, her name really bothers me.
Yeah, he was complaining about this, that the name was bugging him because it reminds him of a actress.
Yeah, so there's an actual actress an Italian actress whose name is Asia Argento, the same as the character. So for the whole time when I was watching this series with Ryu, I just couldn't wrap my head around like, what's the reference? Are they referencing the actress, or are they referencing her dad? Because her dad is a famous Italian director, Dario Argento, who has done a lot of Italian horror movies. So I'm just wondering, what's the reference? What is the reference? Is there even a reference?
No, I keep telling him there is no reference that I know of at all, but he doesn't accept that. He doesn't accept it.
There has to be an explanation.
There's no explanation. I keep telling you this. There's no explanation. There's probably an explanation, but I don't know it. If you guys do know it, please leave it in the comments
leave
below.
it in the comments. But
because this guy keeps bugging me about it. So please, if you do know, please put it in the comments below so he can shut up about it.
But anyways, let's talk about the conflict with Issei and Asia. So Asia's a nun, but she gets actually what happens? She gets kidnapped later in the season.
No, so what really happened is before she ever even get near to his area, his home, and all the church. Their church was abandoned in the first place, so they never see any nuns or prime ministers there doing church services or anything. Yeah. So that church was completely abandoned, and she was sent there to their church. Right. And because of past life that happens to her, because she healed a person with demon wings, and because of the church saw that what she could do, because she was called a saint. That heals everyone, but when she healed a demon,
that's a big no-no.
They cast her off because in the angel arc, they saw that and they say no, call her a witch and send her out. We cannot have her there because it ruins our system.
She's a witch. Burn her at the stake.
So
well, not really, but you get what
I'm saying. So she was sent out to another church, aka to a fallen angel church, right? Which we find out later on the episode.
Quick question: what's the deal with fallen angels in this show?
So fallen angels are basically angels. They follow the word of God to the T, but they kill people.
Oh, okay.
That worships demons.
They're more hardcore.
Yes, they're more hardcore to their beliefs. Angels in this world believes the God and does not kill anyone unless they are a demon or fallen angel.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Because,
but the fallen angels kill anyone that associates with demons or do not
anybody.
Follow the
they don't forgive. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that clears a lot up.
In this world, care for their own demon race, but also do contracts with people, but not in a sexual way. None of that sexy.
There was like a funny scene where Issei, one of his contracts was with like a big like weeb who cosplayed like in a schoolgirl outfit, and no. Yeah, that was actually one of the few funny scenes where I actually had a good laugh, because I do kind of like it when like animes like kind of make fun of their fans, because I just find it really funny seeing like how Japanese like creators see their fans.
My God.
Sometimes it's done really well, because like I'm gonna bring up Prison School again. There's a character who is like a huge freaking otaku, but he's like the funniest character in the show, and he's my favorite.
He is. Well, we will talk about it later.
About that.
We talk about that.
But I just want to mention that I like it when animes do like parodies or they comment on their fans. I just like that for some
later in
reason.
the episode, they did do a reverse weeb of an American coming to Japan and learning all their culture.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that's a later date.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a later
that's
episode.
true. That's true.
That's a later season.
Yeah. So,
So,
anyways, let's
back
get
to
back
season
to
one.
let's
So
get back
after
to
Issei and
Asia.
Asia became friends. They went to separate, and then when when they met each other again, Issei was actually trying to do a contract with this person, but Issei saw that the person that he went to try to make a contract with
Yeah.
died by a fallen priest.
Yeah. Oh
which
yeah,
became,
that dickhead.
Yeah, the pervert. The he was making contract with demons. Now he deserved to die. All that kind of
yeah,
shit.
that dickhead.
And Argento was there learning the ways of things.
Yeah.
Which she didn't like as well.
Well, yeah, because he's a fucking dickhead. He's like trying to be hella edgy, like the Joker or some shit. But I don't know. Those kinds of characters in animes really like annoy the hell out of me because I don't really like that type of villain.
Well, he shows up, and every time he shows up, I always go, "Oh, what this crazy motherfucker's gonna do?"
I don't know.
Ooh.
I feel like those kinds of characters are just trying too hard to be edgy, bro.
Well,
But anyway.
to the fair point, he gets edgy, and every time he gets his ass beat, he goes.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he is the type of villain where like he's so edgy, but at the same time he's not that strong or not that competent. So he does get his ass beat quite a bit.
And he's funny when he gets his ass beat. He gets
Well, yeah,
his ass beat.
because it's cathartic seeing the shit kicked out of him.
Exactly, it's good. I love it. I love seeing his ass getting his beat.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I really do like it.
But what I also don't like about him and Asia's scenes is, well, because the show doesn't shy away from showing nudity.
And also the blood and death.
That too. The way that he treats Asia kind of makes me uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah, when I first saw it, it did make me uncomfortable, but I was more into she was half naked and all that.
I know, but like the way that she screams and cries, ugh,
yeah, after hearing that,
doesn't
it
make
kind of turned me off.
It just made me uncomfortable and just made me want like Issei or somebody to beat the shit out of that guy.
Which he did, but
I
in
know.
a later season.
I know, but the thing about it is like Asia is just so innocent and pure-hearted that I just like, I don't like it when like people mistreat. Well, when people like in a show, like I hate it when they mistreat like the most innocent character. Like the only time I can think of when that's funny is like in South Park when they when like Cartman or somebody mistreats like Butters because he's so innocent, but that's the joke. But with this one, it's not funny. It's not. But anyways, continue.
Okay, so afterwards, or after the whole ordeal, Rias came in to save Issei because she didn't know there was a fallen angel in the area, which they made a point that fighting fallen angels and fighting angels are forbidden unless they have a perfect reason to do.
Mm-hmm.
But since they don't know why the fallen angels were in their territory, they could not act upon it because they didn't want to cause another war. Because before the whole thing, demons, fallen angels was in a war, which we will get into it at season 2 because it talks more in depth into it, which I will talk a little bit of it, but not all of it, so you guys can watch it yourself.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like our last episode when we were talking about Goodfellas, like the way that I described how the mafia worked. Because like if you mess with the wrong person in the mafia, it's gonna start like a bunch of shit for like the person who like kills like the wrong person. So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, somewhat of that.
Yeah.
So afterwards, after saying that, Issei wants to go save
Asia?
Yeah. But I was going in to make it more Asia. Like, but
My
you
God.
ruined it for me. So yeah, Issei wants to go
Happy
save
to
her,
help.
but Rias told him no. He doesn't give shits. He goes anyways. And some of Issei's new friends say, "Come, let us join you,"
Oh
which
yeah.
they did. Which it was
That was
Ria's
kinda cool of
plan.
them.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was original Ria's plan in the beginning. After like a full episode, all the
My
full
God.
episode of talking and all that.
I don't
they
know.
finally-
Well, here's the thing about Rios. Rios does some things in this show that really pisses me the fuck off. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
My God, everything pisses you off in this anime.
This anime was very frustrating to me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, in this anime, this whole anime, we were watching it. He always complains what Rigas is always doing. Like, oh my gosh.
Because it just felt like a lot of it just felt like a lot of the moves and a lot of the strategies that she was choosing just really confused me, or yeah, it just really confused me, and I just didn't find like a lot of her plans to be very satisfying. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, because at the end of the season 1, there's a couple things I want to mention, but I'll let you continue.
All right, so after like the whole Issei's going to go save Argento, he goes fights a whole bunch of fallen priests, who were actually doing a ritual, which
Yeah.
the girl that Issei went a date on was actually.
Well, she was part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, she was part of it, and she wants to take what Akana had, her healing ability.
Oh, you mean Azia?
Asya, yeah, Asya the girl wants to take Asana's ability to heal, and just live forever.
Yeah,
that's her whole plan.
And just to make it clear for like any person who's not seen this anime, like every person in Rias's group has like their own special ability.
Yeah.
Like I know that like, Kaiba, he has like the ability to
Make swords.
Yeah, make swords. Issei has the red dragon in him, and Azia.
I don't think it was actually in season 1. Didn't even mention.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, so they didn't mention
until
it,
he leveled up a lot.
But we know that he has like this sacred gear, so we know that that's his ability.
Yeah, it's called the Twin Red Dragon Emperor.
Yes,
that is his name.
And of course Azia has the healing ability, so she's like the little Wolverine of the group.
The little Wolverine.
Imagine she has Wolverine's claws.
Oh my God, she would be more dangerous, but also wholesome at the same time. She would have been the wholesomest character. If she had Wolverine claws, she's like, "Oh, sorry, sorry."
She's already the most wholesome character,
In
and like
your
I think,
eyes.
and that's why I think I like her the most, because that one other girl, what was her name? Akano, the little cat girl. Kaneko, yes, Kaneko. Kaneko pisses me off because I just don't like those kinds of characters that just basically hate the main character like throughout the whole series for like basically no good reason. Kaiba's kind of boring. I didn't really like him. Issei's a dickhead, and Rias to me just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, Azia is the best. We stan Azia.
No.
Sometimes, like I said, sometimes like I just didn't get.
Kaneko. I don't care about what you said. Kaneko's my girl. I like her.
All right. I guess you love the tsundres.
Hey, she warms up to him.
She does later, but I just don't like that. I just don't find that amusing.
Okay.
But anyways, let's continue.
All right. After Issei finds the area, he fights a whole mod, tries to save your girl, which sadly she
dies.
She went to the forever box.
Yeah, she got sent to a different dimension.
No, she got sent to the forever box.
She got sent to the shadow realm.
She went to the forever box.
Okay, all right, let's continue.
So afterwards they failed to save her, but Issei still carries her body, regardless of lifelessness or livingness.
Well, yeah, because he really likes her.
Yeah, so he went
really
to
sees
save
her as a friend.
And then that the girl that he went on a date on makes fun of him, which upgraded his gear.
Oh yeah, that pissed me off. That bitch. That's a
cold-hearted
bitch.
I'm happy she went to the forever box.
She got sent to the shadow realm.
Returned. Somehow survived. She
Yeah.
somehow survived. I don't know how, but Yeah, so afterwards, they had a battle. Issei's Sacred Gear unlocked, which they finally found out that it was one of the two Sacred Gears of Vangitis, which was the twin dragon emperors. Issei got the red dragon emperor, which doubles his attack every time he boosts it.
Booster.
So after defeating it, he finally upgraded his weapon. He cries at Gento's worthless body after retrieving her sacred gears again and giving it back.
Not gonna lie, very sad scene. Very sad scene
for him. Not for me. I was like, okay.
Oh really? Wow. Oh, okay.
Because in anime, I'm so
you're desensitized.
Yeah,
to
I'm
it.
so desensitized with anime because there's a lot of anime that I saw a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
And one.
Well, because for me watching the show, Azia was my favorite character, so she's like the only one that I was connecting to. So whenever I see like a show or an anime that kills off like a character that I actually connect with or that I like, I'm like, damn, son, that hits right in the feels.
Yeah, for you was like in shock when you first saw it. And
yeah, like me, I said, it's my favorite
so
character.
Sanitized of death, I was like, okay, yeah, character died. Woohoo, sad.
Yeah, and I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z too, and they die a lot in that show.
Yeah. So continue on. Rias offers Issei that she can revive her back as a demon, which he says okay, which he also takes the responsibility to watch over her and help her out and like everything because she's all alone afterwards. Because she returned to this church, she followed her orders because she's alone, and then after she finally died and they killed everyone that was involved, she was alone again. So in return, reviving her. Rias came to the conclusion that she's useful, that her ability to heal anyone.
Oh yeah, you need that. You need
she
that in
wants
a
a healer, so she gave her the bishop piece, which is like healing and support.
Exactly. Yeah.
So afterwards, she revived. She came back to life, and she moved in with Issei's home and all that after a few talks and everything.
Oh, but quickly,
oh my God.
Issei's parents, like, they let him get away with like a lot of things.
No, it's not because of that. Because of the magic Rias boons on them, so she can get away. So he can get away with a lot of things, and his parents think it was. Because of the magic, because the first time Rias and Issei first slept together, the mother actually walked into them saying, "Oh my God, you had actually a girl with you in the bed," and Issei was worried. But afterwards, Rias was using magic, saying that it was completely normal for students to sleep with each other these days.
Because I was expecting a much different reaction, because like, you know, I'd expect the mom to like either be like embarrassed or maybe even angry, because she would be like, "Issei, you dumb fuck. You're having unprotected sex, you dumb fuck."
You were actually laughing because asking a lot of questions like, why didn't the parents even say anything? And then when the scene showed up of what happened, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because like Issei's parents just like let so many things slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, let's continue.
So afterwards, they got together, and that's like the end of the season afterwards, because they just she just joins Issei's home, lives there, and then lots of other things happens, and that's it.
What about the Legend of the Phoenix?
The Legend of the Phoenix. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. After Argento was saved and healed, apparently Rias was engaged with the clan of the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that one prince dude. And every time he was on screen, I was always singing
The Legend of the Phoenix. Yeah, he keeps saying that, which every time he says that, I got pissed off because it got annoying after a while. Because he shows up a lot in the first season.
Yeah. And so, isn't like Rias, like, isn't like, who's her dad, or like what's her brother?
Oh, her brother is the Demon Lord.
Like he's like Satan himself, isn't he?
Yeah, Satan himself.
Fuck. and this Phoenix guy wants to like force her into marriage. Is that correct?
Yeah, and Riaz doesn't really care for him.
Yeah,
So the
'cause he's a
way for
cunt.
her, so she had like a way to like break the marriage because her brother gave her a chance to cancel the marriage by fighting him into a rating game. Which
Yeah.
Demons has these games if you have like a full complete set
Yeah.
of players, which means servants, they can fight in rating games that
Yeah, kinda-
increase their rank, their level, or their status.
Yeah, kind of like a real life chess game.
Yeah. So afterwards, she did agree with the terms, the fighting him to break the marriage
The
off.
Legend of the Phoenix.
Oh my fucking god. So the break the marriage off, her brother agreed to it to let her fight him to stop the marriage. If she can defeat him, the marriage is off. If he can't, she has to marry him. So after that, Riaz had like an opportunity to train his her servants
Yeah.
for
Make them stronger.
Yeah, make it for only 3 days. For
Fuck.
only 3 days. No, I think it was an entire week, if I remember correctly.
I feel so because they focused a few episodes on the training by
Yeah.
itself.
So because of Issei was being the weakest of the weak, he needed to level his ass up.
Exactly.
And since he was new to the whole magic and everything,
Yeah.
he couldn't do it in command.
Yeah, but he finds a way to like control, well, to be able to like control his powers in combat, and it's very fitting for the show. He finds a way to control his magic so that he can make women's clothes like rip off.
Oh yeah, that's you need to watch it because the way he finally figured out to be able to do it, it's like, my God, how horny can a person be?
Which is actually kind of interesting because I actually did kind of like that part of season 1 because like, okay, so I get that the show wants to show nudity and I get that the show wants to show naked anime girls.
Well, at the time, it was the whole thing because in the back of the day, it was like that.
Because this isn't like a porn. This isn't like hentai, like where like it's just all about
It was
sex,
in the middle.
sex.
It was in the middle.
Yeah, it's a cross between a hentai and a shonen action show, and so I found that very very kind of like, you know, funny. Also like that kind of like fighting like magic powers, like being able to rip women's clothes off. I thought that was kind of clever for the show. But it's just fucked up. I'm sorry, it's fucked up.
It is. So after the whole training, they finally got into the battle to break the marriage off.
Yeah.
Which Issei was actually doing pretty good. He was actually busting ass.
Because also like one thing that like Issei like always wants in the show is like he always wants to be like, I want to be the harem queen.
No, the harem king.
Queen? Did I say queen? Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
You said queen.
He wants to.
King.
Yeah, he wants to be the harem king, and he wants to have his own harem. And also, one thing that the Phoenix guy has is he has an actual harem.
Oh yeah, with all his servants. He goes up and.
Yeah, and that's like actually something that he wants. And like when he actually sees like a fucking Chad who actually has a harem, he gets pissed off. And that's actually kind of like what makes Issei kind of good in the fight, because most of his servants are women and his power is to make their clothes rip off.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to know what we're talking about, you got to watch it yourself.
Exactly.
We don't want to spoil. You have to watch it how he uses this ability.
Yeah.
To me, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious when I first saw it. It was like the most interesting thing. Like, okay.
Well, you can tell that the animators and the storyboard artists were having
a lot of their lives.
Yeah, they were having the time of their lives animating those scenes. Because my God, the boob jiggles.
The boob jiggles are amazing. Don't give shit on the boob jiggles.
Oh no, I mean, if you like that stuff, that's good for you. But like, I'm just
God.
amazed that like, wow, somebody got paid. Somebody paid their rent drawing these boob jiggles. So it's
Of
like good. It's
course.
like good for them. But it's like, wow,
Of course. That
someone.
makes the money, and that's how
A
a lot of
studio paid
virgins get.
thousands of dollars to paid like animators thousands of dollars to animate these big jiggly wigglies.
Oh my god. And
Jigglypuff, jiggly.
of course, like it's beautiful, brother. It's beautiful. You can't give shit on it if it's beautiful.
Well, sure, they could have used those millions of yen to, like, I don't know, feed starving children, but
Oh my
hey,
god.
you know, drawing big jiggly breasts on anime girls, I guess that's a good use of money, you know, with all the starving kids in the world. But hey, you know,
Oh my god.
whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your boat, my guy. Anyways, let's continue on. So, do Rias and her group beat the Phoenix cunt?
Yes, they actually did. No, actually, they,
Well, the first time they didn't beat him.
but the second time they did. But the first time they lost, they got
Yeah.
their ass handed.
Exactly.
And at the second time, after they lost and they had to accept the wedding and all that, they went. Like I said, they went on a fucking riot. They went to go stop the wedding, which of course, everyone else can't touch it because they know that if they do anything, they will get in trouble themselves. But Issei doesn't give shits.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. And doesn't he like sell his soul to the dragon or something?
No.
Or what?
He
What was the
act-
deal that he made with the dragon?
So after a while, after the whole training arc,
Yeah.
after a while, the dragon was able to finally communicate with Issei, which he told him, "Wow, my partner is a worthless shithead that can't even communicate with me right off the bat."
Okay, that's actually funny. I actually found that really funny that like the dragon is pissed off of like the person that he's paired up with. That's actually funny.
So afterwards, Issei had made a deal with him, saying that if he sacrificed one of his body limbs to get stronger for only a few seconds, he will take the opportunity. Which the dragon said, "All right, I'll take your arm as a equal exchange."
Right.
So when he goes to the wedding, he activated his most powerful mode. His
Oh, yeah.
his chainmail armor,
Yeah.
which
Pretty-
is his most strongest ability he can go.
Yeah, because I will say this one thing about the show. Even though this wasn't like my favorite show of all time, the few things that I did like about it was the action. The action was pretty well done.
So yeah, afterwards he goes and fights the Phoenix guy of the Legend of the Phoenix. So he goes fight.
That was a pretty good fight too.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight, but he only had 10 seconds to use his ultimate move because since he was a weak character,
Yeah.
he could not, like, when I say he could not hold that form too long, or he will, like, go to the forever box.
Get sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he beats the Phoenix guy, and he saves Rias. And did they kiss at the end of the season?
Yes, he did.
All right, yeah. So that was kind of nice. He saves Rias. They have like he gets a kiss from her. And all's well that ends well for season 1.
And then season 2 comes up where more
Shit happens.
Yeah, from it more shit happens. That actually goes a backstory on Kaiba.
Right. But before we get into season 1, let's just give our final thoughts on. I mean, before we get into season 2, let's give our final thoughts about season 1. Okay, I'll go first because I'm going to rant a little bit. So.
Boo! Don't rant.
Okay, so season 1. So I've never really seen this type of anime where like a lot of it is focused on like a lot of like like nudity and sexual situations and sexual comedy. So I was kind of put off by a lot of what happened in the show, especially like the little arc where they had to save Azia. I really didn't like some of those scenes. I found like some of the scenes where she was being tortured or where she was being stripped of her clothes. I found that very off-putting, and I did not like that at all. Scenes where like Issei was getting into like wacky situations with Rias and stuff. You know, I appreciated the comedy of those scenes, but here's the thing. I'm just not into like animated or fictional characters. Like I'm not attracted to them in that way. Like I know some people like they're attracted. Oh, I'm really attracted to Sasuke. I'm really attracted to this or that character. That's never really been my thing. So like if so I don't get, I don't get all the blood rushing down to my, to my no square
Oh my god.
when I see those scenes. And I do have some problems with some of the characters. Like I find Kaiba, like especially in this season, he's very boring to me. And
well, because he didn't do much.
He doesn't stand there. He doesn't do much. But also, I don't like the trope of his character. Like he's like, oh, like the handsome guy who's like very popular and he's very like good at fighting, and that's it. Like I don't like that kind of like character. Because to me, that was almost to me, Shoto Todoroki was almost that to me. But they actually made him interesting. So I was like, ooh, thank God. But in this one, this is like a bad example of that kind of character. But I will say, season 1 does have like good world building. I am interested in the world that they're creating, the powers that a lot of the characters have, and just how the world works in this show. And not to mention the few times where we did get a badass action scene, I did appreciate. So those are my thoughts on season 1. What did you think?
To me, I liked it. I like all of it. I like how everything goes in the sexual.
Oh yeah, you love that. I know you love that for sure.
Well, because when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, oh, oh, oh,
oh, mama.
Yeah. So when the first time I saw it, it was like,
oh
shit.
Daddy.
But when rewatching it, it was like nostalgia to me. It didn't really get my heart on at all. It just like it was just nostalgia. Rewatching something I liked when I was the first Weeblet again.
Oh my god.
So I really liked it. I really liked the fighting of the Phoenix. Really liked the whole him training, getting used to it, just his magical ways.
Yeah, that is what I like. What I like about these kinds of shows is just like all the powers and all the interesting fight scenes, because I truly believe that anime has some of like the best like animated fight scenes like ever. Like nothing can really top like anime fight scenes.
So yeah, I really liked this episode. I really like this season. I really like this season a lot because your boy, he gotta like the physics that happens there.
My God. All right.
So I really liked it. My rating is 10 out of 10 because I really liked it. Like there was nothing bad to me. Rewatching all of it, I really liked it. It was really nostalgia for me.
I mean, if I were to give the season a rating, I'd probably say 6 out of 10.
Ah, boo.
Well, because it is well done. The characters, the character design of the show is really interesting. I didn't see like that many animation errors or anything like that. It was edited well, but the story just really couldn't hook me in a lot. So 6 out of 10 for me. All right, let's just jump into season 2, my guy.
All right, season 2, nothing much. We just have this whole season is just focusing on Kaiba's backstory.
Right.
Really. So we're not gonna like talk about anything else. We're just gonna talk about how Kaiba was affected in this season only, because it really just focused on him.
That's pretty That's pretty much it. But I am gonna go a little bit of a rant when we get to one part of the season.
Yeah, and me too when we get to another part of the season as well.
All right, so can you explain it to us briefly what sort of like Kaiba's story is? Like not going into like too much detail, but giving us a little bit of a summary. What was up with Kaiba?
So Kaiba's backstory is that he used to be a child of God. Yeah. Doing this project called the Holy Sword Project, which had a bunch of children praying to their hearts out to be able to wield a holy sword.
Wasn't the sword called Excalibur?
Yeah, Excalibur.
Which is the same sword that King Arthur pulled out of the stone, if you know that legend.
Yes, that's the same Excalibur, but different use of the of the weapon.
Well, and I do want to mention one thing. I am very impressed on how the show makes a lot of references to like mythology and like legends, not just like from Japan, but for like other like countries and stuff. So I was pleasantly surprised about that.
Yeah. So the whole thing for Kaiba is that he wants revenge on the Holy Sword Project, which killed all of his friends, and he was able to survive because his friends gave him the opportunity to run away and survive.
Didn't he have like a sibling, like a sister in that?
No sister. All of them were called brothers and sisters.
It's like a Christian thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why. Okay, my bad.
So yeah. So afterwards, he has forgotten about it for years after Rias found them originally.
Yeah, like a repressed memory.
Yeah. So after they had the occult club was actually in their spring cleaning phase.
Yeah.
So they had to go to someone else's house to have the club, which they went to Issei's.
Oh yeah, they always go to Issei's house.
Yeah. So they went to Issei's house to do the club, which his mom interrupts and just
shows baby pictures of him or something.
Yeah, it shows baby pictures and everything. And then one of the albums, Kaiba recognized one of the albums had a holy sword in the background.
Not a holy sword.
Which when he asked, what is this picture here? He said, oh, that's just a childhood friend I used to go to church with, but not anymore.
Oh.
So afterwards, Kaiba pressed memory, returned to him, and he wants to return and get revenge of the Holy Sword Project, which he did return to do it, but at the same time, Issei's childhood friend returned, and he found out that childhood friend became a child of God.
Not a child of God.
Which in a demon, if demons get near to the children of God, they get a sensor, flight or flight.
Oh shit!
Like they run or they face the danger head on. Which they did. Went up. Hopefully they weren't like hostile at all to them. Yeah. Which was good for Issei because his parents were there, and he didn't want to reveal that he was a demon and in a whole different world to his parents. Because he didn't want that. He doesn't want to see the face they will make at all. So after having a chat...
If he says dad was Hank Hill, he'd be like, God damn, boy, you ain't right. That boy ain't right.
So boy, afterwards, they found out that Kaiba has left the club and hasn't been responding to any messages from Rias. And he actually, because after an incident that happened, after finding a rogue demon.
Not a rogue demon.
Kaiba wasn't in his game because of what Issei saw in his picture from the album.
Yeah, it triggered him.
Yeah, it really triggered him. He was off his game, which made Kaiba leave the club for a short moment, which made him into a straight demon.
Oh, shit.
And straight demons are seen as dangerous beings to humans, which makes their contract. So if Kaiba does not return back to her original master, he would have been ordered to be killed.
Oh, shit.
So afterwards, Kaiba explains that why he left and everything, and Issei and a couple of friends actually gone with him to help, which Rias said no because it was a church business.
Yeah.
Which afterwards they didn't care. They went, and there's one scene that really made you laugh was when Issei was getting his ass whooped with magic.
Okay. All right. So Issei and what's the cat girl's name again? Konako. So Issei and Konako and another guy from another social club go out to find Kaiba. They get into some trouble, and Rias and the other leader of the social club ends up saving their asses. So the leader of the social club decides to spank her servant and
as punishment.
and then and then Rias has to spank Konako and Issei, and I'm like, oh my god, they're actually showing like them actually making contact with like hand to ass, like they like we're actually seeing the impact of the spanking, because here in America, it's like in TVs, like in TV shows and in movies, usually they don't show like corporal punishment or child abuse, because that's just like, I guess that's just like a big no-no, because like there's a show here in America called The Boondocks, and in The Boondocks there's a character named Riley, and he lives with his grandpa, which he calls Granddad, and whenever he gets in trouble in the show, Granddad beats his ass with a belt, but they never show it. Like it's always like off screen, and then you hear like you hear like Granddad whooping his ass. But here we actually see the hand making contact to the ass, and Issei gets spanked. He gets his ass whooped over 1,000 times
with magic.
Exactly, and it's like, my God, like they don't play in Japan. They actually show the child abuse. Like I know Rias is like but Rias is like hundreds of years old, so it's technically child abuse.
To some extent. To some extent.
I know, but I was just so surprised that we actually got to see like an actual spanking, because like I said, in America, in cartoons, TV, movies, they don't show that, because I guess it just causes too much controversy. But then again, this show shows naked tits, so why am I that surprised?
Well, yeah, don't ruin the moment for them. Oh God.
But yeah.
So yeah, afterwards, the whole thing going down, they go back to school, and they haven't heard anything from Kaiba at all. So they think that Kaiba has now become a straight demon, which Konako didn't really want to see him go, for just because of a revenge he wants, which really ended up with Rias being involved, because she also doesn't want to see him go as well, which really now they are involved with the Holy Church problems, which Rias didn't really want to be involved in the first place at all, but she has to get involved because she didn't want to lose Kaiba at all. So after like a whole thing, we see the priest again, the creepy guy, working with the other priest that was involved with the Holy Sword project, and it really like fucked up Kaiba, because he wanted him dead. Like he wanted to go and rip him a new one.
Right.
But afterwards, they finally like found out the reason why they're like searching for the holy weapons again, because the whole reason why Kaiba is helping the holy soul, the children of God, is because they're looking for the holy swords that were taken, and also of a priest dying as well. And they had to go investigate why this is happening.
Not investigate.
Oh my God. So Kaiba redundantly joined in their group just to get rid of the swords, because he just wants to help to get rid of the swords. That's the only purpose. That's his only purpose why he's helping them. Which the ladies do know that he is now a rogue demon, and they can kill him if they want to, but since he's useful, they keep him alive and with him.
Yeah, boy. So how does this whole arc end?
The whole arc ends Kaiba finally going with his past, accepting that happened, and continue on living.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, and he unlocked a new ability.
And he also got his ass beat as well.
Yeah, because we finally find out who was behind the killings and searching for the holy swords was the leader of the fallen angels.
Right, those cunts.
Yeah, so the fallen angel leader wants the war to continue again, because for him it was so much fun seeing death and destruction, and were on the verge of winning, but because
what a sociopath.
Which in the end he revealed a big scoop that happened. One of the great leaders died, which I would not say. You gotta watch it to see who died.
Yeah.
And why the reason they ended the war. Which after hearing it, a lot of people just faint after hearing it because they thought that that's impossible for them to happen.
Right.
Because great leaders are immortal and cannot die. But after finding out that a great leader did die, everyone was in shock. Well, some of them that were more involved of the great leader did pass out, but some that didn't care for the guy because they are in the opposite demon or fallen angels or angels.
Yeah.
They don't care what's happening to the other, but it still is a big shock finding out that this actually happened.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess let's just give our final thoughts on season 2. I'll go again this time. To be honest with you, I thought season 2 was kind of boring because I barely remembered like anything that happened in the series. Well, in the season, to be honest, like the most memorable thing to me was seeing Issei get his ass beat. But that was more because like I really think Issei is a dickhead. I don't think he's a very likable character. So seeing him getting like punished was like, yes, more of that, please, more of that. Because he's just a dickhead. And with Kaiba, I do kind of like that. With Kaiba, we get more of a backstory, and we get more of a backstory, which makes him a bit more interesting in my eyes. But even still, like I don't think he's like my most favorite character of all time because he's just like I don't know, it's like I just don't like that kind of like character, like I'm the suave cool guy and everyone just likes me automatically. But the backstory did give him a little bit more to do and a little bit more just like interesting, just like tidbits and facts about him. But overall, I think this might be my least favorite season. No, my second least favorite season, because we'll get to the least favorite of both of our least favorite season of both of ours a little bit later.
Yes.
But anyways, how do you feel about season 2?
Season 2, I really liked it. With all the fan service that was in the middle of it that we didn't mention, but of course you guys gotta go watch it.
Well, you like it.
Yeah, of course. So, I really like the backstory, and Rias is finally meeting up with his old childhood friend, his abilities, how the characters react to him, and his new powers that he got from season 1.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, I think he did learn a new ability, but he didn't understand this new ability yet. If I remember correctly, I think I'm talking about season 3, but
so let's try not to confuse it. So
it was transfer. He understand how to use transfer, which he boosts up his energy and transfer his energy towards individual, and also absorb exchange, which he absorbs the attacks of people and boosts that attacks and shooted it out. Which we didn't have a scene where Kaiba did use his new ability after giving out his backstory, and no longer regretting to being the only one surviving. Yeah. He finally accepts what happens, and he gained a new ability from it, which he did use it on Issei because Issei asked to use it on him, which he absorbs the ability and shot it out 10 times stronger.
Right. So... okay, let's continue on. Season 3. Again, so what happens in season 3, Ryu? Inform the audience.
Okay, so season 3 is a little bit different because in season 3 his house improved, and he also
thanks to Rias.
Yes, because of Rias, and he went to go visit the underground.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think, now that you're mentioning it, I think season 3 might be my favorite of the show. But let's continue. So,
season 3 was... Season 3 was, in the beginning, Issei had a nightmare.
Right.
It was the girl that killed him the first time.
Yeah, callback.
Yeah, it was a callback because I don't know how she survived. I was kind of pissed that she came back. Yeah. Because I was happy that she was in the forever box. But somehow she survived. She survived from it. So I was very pissed off to find out that she came back alive. Yeah. But overall, it was really good because after Issei woke up, he saw that his room has not his room because the whole house been improved and everything.
Yeah, it's like a fucking mansion now.
Yeah, but it was not a mansion. It's like a luxury hotel.
Yeah, kind
to
of.
their own.
But it's like way nicer than his original house.
Yeah, but we found out that Issei's brother wanted to give him a mansion with lots of maids and everything, but Rias turned that down because she said that Issei would not focus on his training and
my
only
God.
ogle around to the girls.
My God. Okay, yeah, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, so I really liked that the Issei gets cop blocked by Rias once again.
Well, yeah, that's like, well, that is kind of funny. It is funny, like, when Issei gets cock-blocked because, like, again, like I said, he's a big dickhead. And something that we didn't mention, like, in season 2 is sort of like that kind of, like, love triangle that him and Azia and Rias are in because, like, they keep trying to, like, sleep with him, like, cuddle with him naked. And, like, they're, and, like,
we didn't even mention that in season 2. It was, like, the beginning. This is where Angela, the sweet little, girl that doesn't think about any inappropriate stuff. She became corrupted and wants to do it every single time. But Issei, being the bitch he is, and doesn't go for it.
Yeah.
He just loses the opportunity all over again. But
because honestly, if I was in Issei's shoes, I would have just gone for Argento. I wouldn't like bother with Rias, but that's just me. But like, but man, because like it's funny, like those scenes are funny, but they're frustrating at the same time. Because Issei is such a dickhead.
He could have got so much clapping, but he doesn't even do it because he's a nice guy.
No, he's a bitch. That's what he is. He's a dickhead.
No, in the anime, he goes as a nice guy, even though he's perverted as fuck.
Like, but like, it's not like he's doing anything wrong. It's like they're throwing themselves at him, but he's just too much of a dumbass to actually do anything.
He does get nosebleeds and everything to stop him from doing it.
I know, but like you would think, like, because they do this so much in the show, you would think like maybe after like the first few times he grows a backbone.
Well, he almost did it once.
With Rias.
Yeah, when his brother came and joined and his father came and joined.
Yeah.
After the school festival, parents like a open house.
Yeah.
In America, it's called open house, where parents come see their children.
Yeah, don't like in Japan they always like call special events like festivals or something.
Yeah, they call it a festival.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's unique.
But my God, it was frustrating because he doesn't go for it. Like, he
never.
really doesn't go for it at all. He's too much of a pussy.
Yeah,
to even go for it.
Because he's like so freaking horny. But like these girls are throwing themselves at them, and like neither of them are bad-looking girls.
No, they're beautiful as fuck. If I had an opportunity, I will smash all of them.
Like again, like I said, like I'm not into like animated characters or fictional characters, but if I was in that situation, just go with Azia. Azia's a nice, lovely person.
But she did get corrupted, bro.
I know, but she's still like a very lovely, nice person. But anyways, let's continue on with the story of season 3.
So season 3, Issei gets introduced by his father and brother, if I believe, and Issei's father gave him the okay to go with his daughter without even like saying he's okay with it.
Don't you mean Rias' dad?
Yeah, Rias' his dad.
Oh, because I thought you said Issei's dad. Okay.
No, Rias.
All right, no matter. All right, let's continue.
So afterwards, they had a chat and they had drinking. The parents had drinking and all that. I think that was in season 2. I think we missed that, like the whole thing.
Well, yeah, because I do remember that Issei does get the okay from her brother and her dad.
Yeah.
To go forward, but even still, like again, he's such a pussy and such a dumbass. He doesn't. Like, I don't want to say he takes advantage. He just doesn't like
go for it.
He doesn't man up and actually go out and follow his dreams, essentially.
Yeah. So afterwards, they do go to the underworld, to train, which they didn't know. Yeah. They thought they were gonna go there just to see just to hang out, just to go see what's going up, what's happening.
No, but like a lot of cool stuff happens in the underground, and I
Yeah,
think that's
a lot of stuff happens in
and
the
I yeah
underground, which they did train. They did meet with the gods.
they fought a dragon.
They fought a dragon as well.
I actually kind of
Issei fought the dragon
well yeah
more,
Issei fought the dragon. Yeah.
but everyone else fought the dragon just to see how compatible they are in battle with Aurius.
Yeah, that like a lot of cool like fight scenes in season 3 because most likely I'm not going to rewatch like High School DXD, but if I were to rewatch one season, I'd probably rewatch season 3 because there's like a lot of cool fights and they meet like a lot of interesting people and we actually meet like a very famous character, well, two famous characters in mythology in this season. Do you wanna reveal who we meet, or do you wanna wait for a little bit?
Let's wait for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak of like the training, what each
Mhm.
person had. So because they were like unexpected to go and do training,
Yeah.
they were caught off guard finding this dragon in the underworld that was old friends with Rius' sacred gear, the Red Dragon Emperor.
Right.
So after seeing that how they fought, it was terrible. They got their ass beaten at times, and and the dragon they were fighting wasn't even using 100% of his ability.
This isn't even my final form.
It was revealed he was only using only 5% or 10% of his actual combat energy.
Oh yeah, and they get their asses handed to them when they fight the dragon.
Yeah. So afterwards, a trainer goes in, which he is he is a fallen angel after they made a peace agreement.
Mm-hmm.
In season 2.
Yeah.
Which we didn't tap on it because it wasn't really important because
like,
the only thing that really happened was Kaipa's backstory and then the treaty with the three clans.
Yeah, writing and story wise, season 2 was kind of like all over the place, to be honest.
A little bit.
That's why like I didn't find a lot of things memorable because it just seemed like they couldn't focus on one thing.
Because it was only focused on the lewd animations and all that.
Yeah.
It was really just the lewd animations.
Yeah, because that season was like a lot, like again, like I said, like a lot of like Issei trying to choose between Azio and Rias.
But a lot of girls do go over. Kaneko that hated men, Akano that hated men starts flirting with Issei.
Yeah, like just like My Hero Academia, like all the girls start loving the protagonist. My God. Anyways, let's continue with season 3's story.
So season 3, after getting their ass handed by the dragon, they fought. They came to the conclusion that they need to work on their individual abilities that they once had before they joined in, because each character had an ability they needed to do, but they were not using it or because something was holding them back. So the whole thing was for them to unlock their fullest potential and continue fighting in their 100% strength. So Akano need to confront her father, her origin of her abilities, which her ability is lightning, and her father is the master of lightning, which she doesn't like him because of several reasons, which we did have a backstory of her as well.
But let's not spoil too much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it too much. Konako had we find out that she was actually part animal.
Yeah, because like I mentioned that she was like the cat girl earlier.
Yeah.
This is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, so she was part animal, and she was suppressing her animal abilities, which she was like, to Japan's etymology, she was a yokai. Substance. She was a yokai creature.
Yeah, yokai from Japanese.
Spirit.
Yeah, from Japanese mythology. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was a cat spirit, and she didn't like it because she had an older sister as well, and she didn't really give her a very good eye of things because they had a master before she went to Rias, and because she killed their original master, the big sister ran away and left Konako to like basically be slaughtered in the end because they thought that leaving her alive would be too dangerous and having her be alive and out, she will just do the same thing that her sister did, murder her own master and be unworthy,
Right.
to be controlled at all. But Rias didn't see that. She just saw that a little girl was being used and being blamed of someone else's mistake, except for being brought in and be cared for. So she had a whole thing dealing with trust of her own abilities.
Right. Yes.
Argento training was to be able to heal people even though they're far away from her. And Kaiba ability was to be a more better swordsman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's the knight.
Yeah, they wanted to better Kaiba's strength of sword wielding and his ability of sword birth, because sword birth was an ability he was able to unlock after getting over his past traumas.
Yes.
So they also wanted him to be able to use it at hand, because if you go and watch it, when they were fighting the dragon, he had a late reaction of activating it.
Right. Yes. And Issei gets like a little bit of advice like in this season on how to like unlock some potential in him, which is kind of fucked up in hindsight.
Because
the
way he activated his fullest potential was being a fucking pervert.
I know, but like it's funny, but it's sad, but it's funny in a sad way, because like what he has to do, I'm not going to reveal what he has to do, because I shit you not, if you watch the show and you find out what he has to do to unlock his potential, you are going to be equal parts disgusted, embarrassed, and you also might laugh your ass off.
Yeah,
because how pathetic it really is. But anyways,
I laughed my ass off.
I don't know. I found it funny, but damn, at the same time, I was a little bit creeped out, because it's like, ew, it felt a little bit misogynistic, not gonna lie. But anyways, let's continue.
So
Ooh.
after they did the training, they were invited to a ball which had all the noble demons all in one room. Well, the parents, anyways.
Yeah.
And in another room, they had the children.
Not the children. Won't somebody think of the children?
And in the children area, that's where Issei met with the sister of the Phoenix guy.
Oh no. Oh no.
My God, stop.
Anyways, continue.
Which he the daughter actually fell in love with Issei. Not shitting you. She actually, because she saw...
yeah, because that's just the thing that happens in animes. Like, all the girls lose their shit over the protagonist.
Yeah, they do, but it's wholesome in a way.
Well, except like in like prison school, but I'm not gonna spoil that one.
Stop mentioning prison school. We will talk about it later.
Well, like a lot of the things that I didn't like about High School DXD, they actually do it pretty well in prison school, but we'll talk about that later. But anyways, let's continue.
All right, so they introduced the children, how their range, how hot-headed they are, and all that.
Not the children.
Yes, the children, and we had an introduction of the most strongest child nobility.
Oh yeah, that guy, the fucking Chad.
Yeah, which we find out he has no magic at all to his disposal, so he had to fight everything with his bare fist.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I did kind of like that character. He seemed like a good. Do you know what a foil is?
Tinfoil?
Well, no, that foil in terms of like story and like story writing. So a foil in like a show or a movie is like a character who is like the exact opposite of like the main character. And usually it's like a villain or an antagonist, but it doesn't always have to be. And so he's kind of like a good foil for like Issei. So think about like, say, like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, like two sides of the same coin. Both like people who use the force, but one is evil, one is good, and they happen to be related, but I'm not going to say how, because spoiler alert. But anyways, let's continue on. So we meet this Chad of a character.
Yeah, for the first time, which was breaking up a fight between the children nobility, which he just shows up, talks to them. You really want to have a battle here, which they just said no because they know what happens if they go hand in hand with him. So they just said no, fuck this, I'm out, kind of thing. And he walks away. And Issei was just talking with the other, his other friends that was there, and also the Phoenix daughter. And they just had a talk, and then something big happened. They introduced Odin.
Oh,
himself.
yeah. So, yeah, like I said, this show makes a lot of references to not just Japanese, but other mythologies from other countries, which I do appreciate. So anyway, so we meet Odin.
They were making an agreement between each other to help each other with a new problem they were having, which was called the I forgot what was their name. They were in a group called the
but wasn't Loki in that group too?
Yes, but I'm trying to remember the name of their group.
Yeah, all I remember is like Loki and and Kaneko's sister is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, wasn't the Monkey King also part of it?
Yes.
And also, so there's a character in this show who is like a humanoid, like a human person with a monkey tail, and he flies on a magical cloud, and he fights with a staff. And no, it's not Son Goku.
From Dragon Ball. No.
It's the Monkey King.
The Monkey King.
From the Chinese legend of Journey to the West. So, if any of you know Journey to the West, you know that Dragon Ball was like the main... Journey to the West was the main inspiration for Dragon Ball. And so the creators and the directors don't shy away from making you think of this character as like Goku.
Son Goku.
Yeah.
Son Goku.
So what is Loki's plan? And this is not Marvel Studios Loki, by the way.
So this Loki wants to break up this agreement because he does not agree with it.
Right.
Like all Lokis are, because Loki doesn't care about the agreement at all.
And what was the agreement for like what was it again?
A pact to work together to stop the new group that was rivaling up.
Right. And so
which was causing problems on all three sides, heaven, demon, and fallen angel.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's why they brought the Odin himself to come and join and help them with a problem, because in that group there is also some of their groups as well, part of the group they're given problems with.
Right.
So that's why Odin came in to make an agreement to help them as well, to be in the peace pact.
So while watching this show, when we were watching this season, I just kept like, trolling Ryu.
Stop.
And I would ask him, hey, why doesn't Odin just tell like Rias and all these guys, hey, my son is over in America, in New York. He has a group of friends that can help us out. There's a man.
The Avengers.
There's a man with the shield. He has a friend with the shield. He has a friend who can turn into a green monster. They can really help us out.
God, shut up.
And I was like, yeah, why doesn't Odin just go, hey, my other son, he's in America. He has these friends. They can help us out. They have a guy who can shoot bow and arrows,
Oh my God.
But anyways, let's continue.
Why you don't shut up about that?
Because I just find it so funny. I find it funny because I want the Avengers to cross over with an anime. Is that so wrong?
Well, actually,
is that too much to ask?
No, the Avengers did become an anime in Japan.
Well,
there is an anime series of them interacting with an anime character as well, even though they're the Avengers.
But I would so love for like the Avengers to like show up. And then like shenanigans happened, and then like all the girls get naked. So then they're like all disgusted, and they're like, "What the fuck did we get ourselves into?"
Oh my god, that's all you wanted?
Yeah, I want the Avengers to look at these motherfuckers and say, "Look at these disgusting, pathetic little demons
My god.
who are just getting naked just for fan service." My God.
Alright, so when Loki joined in, I'm just continue on. When Loki joined and tried to stop it, they sealed Loki off to stop him because he was causing problems and it was sending out these hound dogs to attack the people. But before he can even do any damage, they sealed Loki off, which can only hold him off for 2 days, and which was enough. Well, no, I think it was only a day, which was enough to came up with a group to go stop him. In a sense, which Reyes' group joined in. A friend of Reyes also joined in as well to help in the cost of stopping him. And through the whole time, they were just stalling because they were actually waiting for Thor himself well, not himself, the hammer of Thor.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, Mjolnir to join in to be able to put Loki in his place.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck him up. But something tragic does happen in this fight.
Yes, after the whole battle and everything they were going in, they actually was able to. The hammer did join in, and said that Issei was the only strongest character in that area to be able to hold.
To wield
the hammer. So when Issei in his new chainmail armor, which he unlocked himself after doing the perverted way to unlock it.
Oh my god.
And so he's using his armor. He's going, come to Papa, going for the hammer, but it came in vain because he got bitten by one of the dogs. Loki summoned in, which was which even demons themselves could not get bit, or angels or fallen angels at all, because if they get bit by the thing, they're dead. Nothing can stop their death except for like a healing thing.
Well, because like when Issei got like injured,
everyone just
no,
not Issei, crying their hearts. All the girls were like, no, not Issei. He was the strongest of us all, or whatever shit, which I don't agree.
Well, but also I was thinking like, Odin should have been like, hey, Issei's not the only one who can wield Mjolnir. My friend. My son has a friend, the one with the shield. He can also wield the hammer.
Well, Odin was dead at that time, so.
Oh yeah.
Dumbass.
But still, I would have loved to see Captain America cameo and help save the day.
My God.
Just like he did in Endgame.
At that time, the Avengers weren't even a thing.
Well, they were a thing in the comic books. They just weren't like a movie.
Exactly. So.
Like I think this came out way before like even the first Avengers, didn't it?
Yeah. Or the first Iron Man. It was not even out.
I am Iron Man, and I'm gonna take a shit in this can.
Oh my God.
All right, let's continue on. So
after like the whole Pooh Issei died whole kind of shit, they found out that Issei was actually holding a gift that was given by the daughter, and they used it to revive him. Which
not revive him.
Sorry. Which Loki was surprised that he actually survived, and Issei for payback used the hammer to put him in his place, in a sense, and then the whole thing was done. But before Loki was put away for good, he cursed Issei and Reyes.
What a bitch! Yeah,
he cursed them. I forgot what the curse actually did, but I just remember it cursed him, and they affected him later in the season.
Right. So after this arc, what happens for the rest of the season?
In the rest of the season, they come to this demon that really likes Argento.
Yes,
she gets
kidnapped again. Yeah.
Yes, trying to propose to him and all that, which. She didn't really like him at all because she liked Issei.
Of course.
But she was happy to see that the person that she healed and the reason why she was abandoned by the church.
Right.
She still was happy to see he was doing all right. But we find out later on that all the pawns that he has were all saints. And he mind controlled all of them. Caused them all their misfortune and everything. Which was the most fucked up thing of the whole and half end of that season.
Right? So how do they kick this cunt's ass?
By ripping him a new one, sending him to the forever box.
But it doesn't something happen like really like terrible happen to Issei?
Oh yeah, after saving Argento throughout the whole like going
Arc?
fighting and going for the whole arc, they finally saved her, but in the end it was in vain because she died. Like
Again.
She died again. She went to the forever box again.
The Shadow Realm.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm. Actually, it was technically like the Shadow Realm, but not really the Shadow Realm. It was just a dimension where any life that goes in it dies after a few minutes being in there.
Right.
So after that, Issei just goes to a mental breakdown and unlocked his ultimate form, which sacrificed his life force for activating this form.
Yeah. Which is pretty badass.
Which is only for like last result, like only like for only a bad situation. Like this is his only option to do it. His final card, his special card in the deck, his ultimate power move, his ultimate move.
Not his ultimate move.
So and we've actually find out the curse that Loki actually caused on him. It affected him as well, amplifying him to go lose berserk. Afterwards, the group that wanted to was giving them problems showed up with Argento, saying that we found her floating around, almost being consumed by this domation, and we brought her out. And also the White Dragon Emperor, which we didn't even mention at all, the White Dragon Emperor. Yeah. Felt a disturbance with Issei.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, whatever. Because the white and red dragon are intertwined with each other. So they can feel each other's presence, but don't know what they're doing. But since they felt the presence of Issei going berserk, he went to go stop it. Because if he lets Issei continue his raid, he would have died before they had their battle. Which that's all he wanted. He wanted Issei and him to fight. And he didn't want him to die before they had their battle to confirm who is the strongest between them.
Right. So how does this all like end without like spoiling too much?
It all ends by Issei being saved, Reyes being also being affected by the curse as well. Issei going to save her after, Issei being a dumbass and triggering it.
Right.
Yeah, what a dumbass. He goes saves her. He was given a ability to go stop her, a new weapon. Mm-hmm. It was in the productions, and he goes and saves her, which was really heartwarming because in the end, they went to the domain where Argento was sent.
Yes, the Shadow Realm.
Yes, the Shadow Realm. I forgot what it was called. They went to that domain because Reyes was there. Issei went to go stop her because she was being controlled by the curse and all that, like Issei was. It was his turn to save her. After saving her and using the weapon on her to save her, the whole domain was fluctuating in itself because of all the magical power that was just released by Issei, which twisted and twines and went everywhere. And in that domain, they were together, but they were saved in the end. But in the end, they confessed their feelings to each other and had their true romance kiss at their confessing. Which, for me, I was like, oh, finally. Now they can clap cheeks in the next season.
No.
No. But yeah, no. Like my cousin said, no. Because the most dumbest shit happened. When they were rescued from the dimension, they forgot everything.
Yeah, their memories were wiped.
They don't
which is
even remember it
bullshit.
happened.
Which is bullshit because like I hate it when that happens in like shows and movies, because it's like, then what the fuck was like the point of all that? You know, because like it's obvious like they didn't want to change the status quo, but like if you're gonna introduce those kinds of things where like, oh, finally like two characters get together, or finally one character reveals their feelings to one another, and they don't go forward with it, that's just bullshit. That's real bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I really didn't like that. I really didn't like it when they show that they couldn't remember what was happening there. They couldn't remember what happened, why she was there. Like, it was the most dumbest thing ever, and I did not agree with it one bit at all.
Yeah.
And that's how the season ends. It's them looking at each other, not knowing what happened, and they talked and just trying to figure out what happened. And they came to the sense that something did happen, but they couldn't remember what happened. But they knew that it was involved with both of them.
Right. So let's just finish up our thoughts on season 3.
I really like season 3 because of the half part of the battle and putting that cut into place.
Yeah.
And just beautiful, beautiful romance and filing their convention and all that.
Yeah, like a lot of good animation in this one, especially like with the fights and just like a lot of like interesting backgrounds with the underworld, like all the little references, the references to like Norse mythology, the Monkey King, like all the fight scenes, like a lot of scenes like are very memorable to me in this third season, and like that final, like those final few episodes were really like, you know, sometimes really tough to watch because like the characters were just going through a lot. And in this scene, like I mean with this season, I feel like they didn't really do that much fan service, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like we didn't get too many scenes of like girls like clothes getting ripped off, or like,
well, we did get a little bit of
yeah,
it.
we did get a little bit, but not so much as season 1 and season 2. I think because like the biggest perverted thing is the way that Issei unlocks his true potential, which I don't want to spoil, but like that's like the biggest like perverted thing he does.
Well,
and
the only perverted thing that was beautiful to that extent.
Well, I wouldn't say beautiful. I still think it's a bit misogynistic, to be honest. But yeah, season 3, if I were to rate it, I'd give it maybe like probably like a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy a lot of it. The fight scenes, the comedy was a little bit better in this scene. I just laughed my ass off anytime Loki or Odin were there, because I was just thinking about the Avengers.
Oh yeah, so, at the time Odin did made a joke when Issei was on a date with Akana. I forgot. Damn it, hold up. Akana, yeah, Akana.
Right.
And Odin just like, hey, you guys are a little bit too early to be in this area.
My God.
Odin. Because he was going to the titty bar.
Odin, go take your Odin sleep or whatever. Okay. So season 3, probably like my favorite of the series. Definitely I like it better than 1 or 2. But let's get into the black sheep season of the series.
Oh my God, I hate season 4. Let me just put it in that. I hate season 4 of what it is. I really do hate it. Like, they changed everything, like how Issei was saved, how the characters were at, who saved Issei, and how he was healing and all that. Because in season 3, I'm gonna say this: in season 3, Akana, what's her name is?
Konako?
No, Argento.
Argento.
Yeah, Argento was the one who saved them and healed them and brought them back to health. But in season 4, Kanako was the one that saved Issei's ass by healing him.
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever.
It made no sense. They changed the whole storyline, and even the characters that were like had any involvement with the group that had problems, and the reason why they made a truce between other demons, angels, and fallen angels to stop them. They changed the characters too. They changed all of it. They changed everything.
Yeah, because it feels like this season was made by completely like different people.
Oh, it was. The company that made it was a different brand.
Wow.
because the original brand of that company couldn't continue on with it
Yeah.
at all.
And
But
like,
when
yeah.
when the different company took over, they changed the entire thing. They changed the art style.
The look, yeah, the look of the show, the design of the characters.
It
My
was
God.
all different. I
It
didn't like it one bit at all.
Yeah, because I will say this about the first three seasons. The first three seasons is a very good looking show. Like tits and all, everything is so drawn and designed
Oh,
really
don't
nicely.
even get me started with the freaking titties.
Yeah, but like if none of you have seen the show before, the show is very similar to like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Like just like the way like the hairstyles and the way that they draw the eyes, design the clothes. It reminded me a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh. But in the last season, everything is like so flat. There's barely like any shadows on the characters. There's like the eyes are so big. Like they feel almost photoshopped. Like they only drew like one set of eyes and they just plaster it like on a layer, like on top of the character model. And it looks so flat, so off-putting. It almost looks like this season was made by like fans. Like this was like a fan project, like not made by like professional or like experienced artist. Like damn, this last season was fucking ugly. But anyways, continue on with your rant.
Yeah, so they changed everything. They even though the show that was made by was originally made, they always show anime titties. They always show it. They always show it. But this season 4,
No titties.
They show no titties. It was censored as fuck.
Yeah, what they do is that they cover the nipples with like a logo of the show. Like they do that. Like it's so distracting.
Like every time they show like a naked scene and everything, I just go, ugh. No!
But
where is the titties?
But let me ask you something. With the way that the characters are so badly like bastardized, like would you even want to see how their nipples look like in this ugly ass art style?
Yes.
Okay, then.
I'm a little curious to see how
what they would look like.
Because the whole show, like season 1 to 3, it was shown because of fan service. That's how the show became very popular, because of fan service, and they took away that made the show.
My God. Anyways, like I don't like. Well, I will say this one thing. The only part that I did like about the show, about the season 4, is like that final like fight between Issei and that one powerful
the Chad,
dude.
yeah. Don't even get me started. They changed the art style, how he was dressed. It was way different.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like the same
it.
character.
No, I did not like it at all. But we did get a good backstory with him, which I will not lie. It was good to hear that.
Because he does fight Issei like twice in this season, and I did appreciate
one for a warm up and one for an actual battle.
And I did appreciate like the animation in those fights. And like Issei is like in his full like armor in those fights, and I thought that was really cool.
And also showing off the weapons that he had, that he was given.
Exactly.
Which it was an original story that it was supposed to. Issei's armor has evolved to the point that he can switch his abilities in that armor, like rook, being a rook, being a queen, being a knight, and all that.
Yes, queen.
He could change to all of it.
Right.
His armor also changed the armor look and all that.
Right. Yeah, I mean season 4, like again, like season 2, I can barely remember what happens in this season. The only other thing that I remember is like Rias and Issei have like a big like conflict, because Issei doesn't want to refer to Rias like anything other than like his master, which offends her. And you would think like after all that they've been through, he would finally like grow a pair and say, "Hey, Rias, I love you, girl. Let's get together."
Oh yeah, and also they changed the way how Rias was affected. They never went to the domain at all, where Issei had to go follow to rescue her.
Yeah.
They changed the whole thing, which pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, because
So much.
you're building up
It was like a whole
fa-
different anime at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, exactly, because it did not feel like it was like similar characters and it was similar like story beats, but it just didn't feel like the same show. Because I can tolerate like a change of style, like a different character design, because some shows after a while they do start to look different. Look at like something like SpongeBob or The Simpsons. Like they're not drawn the same way that they were drawn in the first season. But like this whole like the last season just felt like they were just like doing away with everything that the original fans liked about the first 3 seasons, which actually happens quite a bit with like these shows when they change like the people who run the shows, because they just didn't understand what made the show great for the fans. Like personally, I don't like the show all that much, but like season 4 makes me kind of pissed off for the fans. Not gonna lie.
Yes, at least you understand how we all felt.
Yeah, because like they literally took out what made the show special for the fans. Like literally, they don't show the tits, which was kind of disappointing. Well, not that I care too much about it, but it is kind of disappointing because, like you said, it would be interesting to see how they actually look in this awful art style. Anyways, season 4, didn't like it. It was a big letdown.
Yep. And of course, there's a lot of things that did happen in the anime, which it was the original plan for season 4 with the other company.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, the other company could not do it at all because of reasons, and they changed their guidelines and all that.
Right.
So it was with the original story how it was supposed to continue, but they changed so much of the characters, the plot, and everything of it that it was unwatchable for me. Like really, because as an old fan that loved it when I first saw it, like anyone out there that did watch it the first time and understand what I mean, you understand that why it's so unwatchable. Like,
right.
My God, it's so unwatchable because they changed a lot of the characters and all the characters that were involved the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It was so unwatchable for me. I did not like it at all.
Right.
Like
and
really did not like it, but I still watched it out of spite as a fan.
Yeah, and and you know what? You know what's funny? I mentioned Boondocks a little bit earlier. Boondocks kind of has the same problem. Like the first 3 seasons, like the fans of the show really, really love, and like and a lot of people think either season 2 or season 3 are the best seasons. But season 4 of the Boondocks went way downhill. Like it felt like a completely different show. I did not like season 4 like at all. But anyways, that was our review of High School DXD. Overall, not my favorite anime that we watched so far. I really did not connect with like a lot of the characters. Some of the comedy I found very off-putting, and I wasn't always like interested in seeing naked girls. I was more interested in being told a very compelling story, and I didn't feel like I always got that compelling story because the show was more interested in showing naked boobs,
which was beautiful.
Well, beautiful to you, but it really didn't do nothing for me. So I give this show overall a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Wow, 10 out of 10, except for season 4. Fuck that. Fuck season 4, but 10 out of 10.
We don't talk about season 4. Not in this house.
Not in this household. No, not in this household. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's our review of High School DXD. Our next episode is going to be a review of The Usual Suspects, the classic Oscar-winning movie from 1995. So if you have not seen the movie The Usual Suspects, go and check it out before next episode. Any final words that you want to give to the people?
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, because the next episode is not going to have any enemy titties involved or any good service of any kind. So I'm sorry, you weeps out there that came and watched this for only the anime parts. I apologize. I apologize, 100%.
Don't worry. At some point, I am gonna recommend like anime and anime movies.
Nice. And I did recommend a normie TV show too.
So we'll get to that when we get to that. But thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and feel free to share your thoughts about High School DXD down in the comments below. Thanks a bunch.
And also, I want to, like, before we end it completely, I want to address something. And if you guys don't know, I stream on Twitch.
Yes.
I do stream on Twitch. So if you guys do want to like come and join me, you can go to my call sign to Twitch TV/Dragon9074. If you guys want to come and watch me, come and watch me. I am on mostly on the weekends. Sometimes if I had time,
everybody's working for the weekend.
So if you guys want to come and join me, and sometimes we do stream together at times to
promote our show,
to promote the podcast, and also have a conversation. Which, let's see. Actually, when these we're actually gonna go streaming our second time promoting our Twitch.
Right.
But to you guys, it will be way before you guys be able to join.
But yeah,
still come and join us, because there will be a chance when me and him will be together.
Yeah, and you can watch the archives of his streams on his channel. So if you want to listen to us being fucking cringe lords, go watch his the archive of his stream. Yeah,
you guys will please, because I need to support, and also I've been verified by Twitch.
Yeah, you're a big boy now, wearing those big boy pants.
Yeah, but I'm still, like I said, I'm a newbie, which I keep telling my chat. I am a newbie, but I am working on making the streams better. So if you guys would like to come and support me anyway by hitting a follow or just staying by with us, I'll be happy to have you guys with us, because honestly, I really do want to have this Twitch really blow up, really blow up, but not as much that I cannot handle it, but slowly grow into it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to make this a thing where we come together in Twitch just to talk.
Yeah.
About our future plans, what's going to happen. If you guys had any questions for our podcast, we can just talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely want to build like a community, and the more you guys support us, the more the more easier it will be for us to create like new episodes and like stream more, because if you guys support us, well, we won't have to worry about paying bills and stuff like that. So any way that you guys can help, share the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on all our social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. We have a subreddit, so go and follow us. Yeah. Thanks.
So if you guys have any chance, just to let you know before we end it completely, I am working on trying to get donations, and every donation you guys put into me, we will be using it for the podcast and making it better than it is today. So when I do get donations are already up and good to go, I hope you guys give us your support in helping us grow this stream and also the podcast even better, because we really do want to make this poppin'.
Yeah, it would be really nice to make this our full-time jobs, to be honest.
Yeah, because life right now, because of the whole virus that should not be named, is really fucking up the working environment and everything. So we are trying to make this into our full-time jobs.
Exactly.
So thank you guys for joining us again. Next episode will be what was it again?
It'll be on The Usual Suspects from 1995.
And we hope you guys come and join us there as well. So, I'll see you guys later. Come and check on me on Twitch, because you support if you do want to try it. Of course, you don't need to be. It's not it's not like you have to. So, if you guys just want to give us support to just me on the streams, just come and join. I'll be happy to have you there if you want to talk to me. I'm always talking to my chat. You can tell when you come and join. I'm always talking to my chat or someone who joined the Discord, which I do have a Discord, which is on my Twitch. If you ever want to come and join, come and join. It's a really good, happy community that I have starting up.
Yeah, boy.
So anything you want to say before we go?
No, I think I've said enough.
You said enough?
Yeah, I think I've said enough. I know people are gonna hate me for not liking this show.
Oh my god. It's not like a thing that everyone has to like. It's just something that
I know, but
specific
they're gonna be like, don't talk shit about my waifu.
Oh yeah, those are people that you need to watch careful for.
Yeah. So, anyways, again, join us next week for our review of the Usual Suspects.
And I hope you guys enjoyed and leave a like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We will see you then.
And cut.
Cut.
Anime match cut.